Outlook's latest issue looks at Islamophobia in the context of new violence in July 2023. Editor Chinky Sinha, in her introduction to the issue called Ash in the Souls, starts with a quote from Sophie's Choice by William Styron. The query, at Auschwitz, tell me where was God? And the answer, where was man? In those few months of that year, I found myself in a wasteland, a dystopia almost. I walked into too many funerals of people who had suffered extreme violence. Delhi riots broke out on February 23, 2020, leaving 53 dead and nearly 600 injured. According to the police, 755 FIRs were lodged and 1,818 people arrested. The violence raged for 4 days. The majority of those who died were Muslims, around 36. It was one of the worst religious conflicts in many years. The recent communal violence in news is just another in the series of many in the recent past that have a built-in hatred and paranoia against Muslims. The Rath Yatra in 1919 and the Babri Masjid demolition in 1992 that triggered religious riots in the country also caused a permanent fissure in the country's social fabric and kind of condoned hate against Muslims. The hatred between communities was normalized and Islamophobia was nurtured and patronized even. Our notebooks are archives of loss and violence, of sights and cries, of facts and details. We keep them close. We must, to understand and to reject, to remind and to remember. I remember that there was a lot of ash and broken glass everywhere in northeast Delhi. Even pigeons and dogs looked coated in ash because so much was burnt down. So many murders had been committed and so many people lost their homes and hopes. I remember a story I had read in a newspaper then, a story about men wringing the necks of pigeons a Muslim man had kept in Shiv Vihar after they burned down his home. It was a strange time. For these and more, read the current issue of the Outlook.